What is going on YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. Random, and today's video is going to be relatively a short one, but at the same time, it's going to be a very educational one. Hell, this video might even save somebody's life because today we're going to be doing a very simple install. It's actually going to be on the Crown Victoria and on the F-150. And the reason and purpose for this install is because eventually these cars are going to be making a trip out to the middle of the country somewhere in Tennessee where there is a crap ton of deer. And whether you guys know it or not, especially here in Florida, which really isn't that much of an issue, deers are actually responsible for a majority of fatalities on the highway, and especially in rural countries out there in Tennessee. So how do we combat the deer problem? How do we save ourselves or essentially prevent a catastrophic situation when crashing into a deer or anything like that? Well, the solution is quite simple. Here is the answer to your deer problems. Now, like the title of the video says, this is a must-have. This little mod, this tiny little $3 mod, is a must-have, especially if you're out in the country where you might encounter deer or any other kind of animal that might be in your way, especially at night or any other time while you're out on the road. Now, I already did open the packaging, but this is called a deer warning whistle. The installation is very simple, as you guys are going to see. Like I said, this is going to be an incredibly simple and short little video, but the ramifications of installing something like this, man, like I said, this could actually potentially save somebody's life. Now, the way that these deer whistles work, I'm actually going to show you guys. Let me rearrange the camera so you guys can see exactly how they work. All right, so as you guys can see, the way that the deer whistle works is that it emits two different kind of tones. Now, if you notice, if you look through the hole right there, you'll see that it's closed, and that produces this noise right here. When the wind blows through it, that's why you need to mount it in a place where the wind is going to blow exactly at this angle right here. I'm going to show you exactly what the noise it's going to make. Here we go. That's one tone, and that's going to go on your driver's side. Anywhere in the front of your bumper on your driver's side, it's going to go on the left side. And here is the other one that goes on the passenger side. If you guys notice, there is an opening right there, and this is the tone that this one emits. Now, if you're a human being, it's probably almost impossible to hear what that sounded like, but trust me, if you're a deer, it's kind of like a dog whistle. You can definitely hear what that sounds like. Now, the way that these whistles work is they emit different frequency tones, which in turn scares the hell out of deers. It's pretty much a big, hey, get out of the way, I'm coming on the road kind of alarm system. Now, I decided that I'm going to be installing my deer whistles right in this location right here. Actually, let me show you guys a little bit better. On the grill of the truck, there's a perfect space right there, and there's a perfect space right there. Now, I personally don't care of having these two little whistles sticking out and all that. Either way, this thing is going to get a giant push bar in the front. It's going to look super aggressive, so people really aren't going to notice those deer whistles. But first thing you want to do is you want to clean the surface. I'm just using a paper towel with some alcohol in it. Just make sure that it's super clean, and I'll tell you why you need to make sure it's so clean in just a minute. The reason we had to make sure that surface, before you install it, you need to make sure that the surface is incredibly clean. Is because, as you guys can see, this comes with that double-sided mounting tape. That's if you don't want to make any permanent modifications, if you don't want to make any drills into your vehicle. The only problem with that is that you can remove this. Let's say you want to do a car wash or go through a car wash, you can remove this and just leave this in place, you know, so these little things don't get knocked out during a car wash. The issue with that is I have a strong feeling that the tape won't hold up to the car wash. So in that case, you do have some holes so you can drill some self-tapping screws in there to permanently hold this in place. I'm still debating whether or not I should do that. I'm gonna just go double-sided tape. If it gets knocked out during the car wash, I'll buy this again. This was $3 and I'll go the more permanent route. Now, installing this thing, like I said, this is literally does not take a rocket scientist. All you got to do is peel out the double-sided tape like so. Just pick a good little spot for you to place this thing. I'm just gonna put it right here. Hold on, here we go. Kind of like right in the middle, and then you just kind of hold it down for a couple of seconds, and your whistle is ready to go. Remember, on the passenger side, we're gonna install the opened end whistle, and on the driver's side we're gonna install the closed end whistle. Now just to make sure that there is proper airflow going through these little whistles, I'm just gonna do a little test and see if the airflow, if the location that I picked for it is gonna allow for it to make its noise. So here we go. Yep, works perfectly fine. And like I said, I will be installing this on the Crown Vic as well, so I chose to put it on the outermost edges of my push bar right here, because eventually I am going to be getting something for this front push bar coming very, very soon. Actually, at the drop of this video, it's coming today, so keep an eye out for that modification. It's going to be really, really interesting. But either way, I'm going to mount both of these on each side of the push bar. Can they get stolen? Yeah, it would be pretty petty to steal one of these things. You can just rip it right off, but it's $3. It brings 2 of them. You really can't beat it. I'll just swap on and slap on another 2 more. And just to kind of give you guys a better close-up, I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but I picked a really, really snug place. It ends right where the actual push bar ends, so it's kind of like low-key. You really can't even tell it's there, but you know, from the front you can definitely see the 2 whistles. Just do a little test, make sure it still works. Yeah, it works. So like I said, man, kind of a stealthy, low-key, but either way, definitely something you want to get if you're out in the country. Doesn't hurt, man. $3 for your safety. You really can't put a price on that. Now, there is a lot of people that are skeptic whether or not these things work. I have read a lot of testimonies that say on the contrary, that they actually do work very, very well. The company that makes these has done independent studies that shows that there is a significant difference when you're rolling one of these than not. But one more time on the Crown Vic push bar, there it is. Pretty badass if you ask me. And we're just gonna take a look at the F-150. This one's a little bit more noticeable right there on the front of the grill, but either way, definitely happy with the way it came out. Either way, it's your boy Mr. Random. Don't forget to be on the lookout for the next Crown Victoria modification videos. I hope you enjoyed this video, hope you found it helpful. Either way, I will catch you guys on the next one.